Hey, what's up guys? Gons here for the Face Like the Sun channel. Just wanted to bring you a quick video talking about the Aadhaar. Now, if you guys haven't heard about this, this is the biometric system that is being implemented across India. Now, we've been keeping track of India for a while now, at least in terms of the economic system and the change to a digital system that they're undergoing right now. And we saw how last year they demonetized a certain paper currency so that, they made paper currency worthless. And so people had to trade it in. And, of course, India is also a very, very big country on gold. A lot of people own gold. It's generational gold. So you have to keep that in mind as part of perhaps why India is being targeted to be the testing grounds for a mark of the beast economic system. Now, you think that it's kind of an overstretch to say, oh, this is the mark of the beast. Well, I'll show you some things in this video here that would suggest that, hey, this is the direction that it's going. Okay, so first off, there are a lot of stories about the Aadhaar out right now. There's Google News here talking about it. There's all kinds of extensions and deadlines that are being set, getting people to move over. They got to set a deadline so people actually do it. Fear the government. You must do it. You must comply. And, that it's that sort of totalitarian mindset that is really troublesome for the citizens of India, especially since, there are stories coming out. Let me find it here. This one, Aadhaar is India's biometric ID scheme hurting the poor. Well, according to this India correspondent for BBC News, which, think of it as what you will, people are struggling. Even the people that have moved over to this system, they really aren't really benefiting at all from this. So, I guess what's the point? What's the point of doing this if it's only going to hurt, not help the problem? And so, like I said, there's a lot of articles about Aadhaar out right now. I'll leave all the links below so you can check it out and read them for yourself. But there's one story that I want to focus on specifically. And that is this random article I found on timesnownews.com. It's, I think, an India outlet, or at least some kind of outlet. I'm not exactly sure, but at least it has India as part of its home base here. But it's an interesting story. Aadhaar has mark and number of the beast. Can't apply, devoted Christian tells Supreme Court. Let me read this for you real quick. A petitioner told the Supreme Court that he would not be able to apply for the Aadhaar as the 12-digit biometric ID would impinge on his fundamental right to religion. New Delhi television reports that senior lawyer Sanjay Hegde, appearing for a certain John Abraham, informed the bench that the members of his family are devoted Christians and that they sought exemption from the Aadhaar scheme. Quote, the petitioner holds all 66 books that constitute the Holy Bible as sacred, inerrant, and inviolable Holy Scripture. This includes the prophetic book of Revelation, a prophetic warning against unchristian practices, Abraham said in his petition, reports the New Portal. Hegde further informed the court, I apologize about the baby in the background there, she is reading a book herself, but let me continue. Hegde further informed the court that Abraham's son was unable to procure admission to St. Xavier College in Mumbai as he did not possess an Aadhaar card. He also said that his client believed that Aadhaar is the mark and number of the beast. He simply claims that his individual conscience, based on his individual study of the Holy Bible, leads him to the inescapable conclusion that he cannot in good faith apply for an Aadhaar number, the petition further stated. Quote, can you say your conscience doesn't allow you to pay taxes? Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, who is part of the 5-judge bench, asked the petitioner's lawyer. To this, Hegde gave no reply, which is an interesting kind of way to end the article, mocking the Christian, mocking the person who believes that this is the mark of the beast. Now, a couple things that I really want to point out here, because it's important for us to, here in the West at least, to understand. First off, the very basic thing here is that Christians are going to be mocked as they decide to opt out of world systems, okay? Because we are not of the world. We are in the world, not of the world. We are pilgrims. We're sojourners in this world, right? This is not our home. And so to be of the world is not something we're interested in. But there's a delicate balance that has to be struck here. Now, if you think about this, on the one hand, we might see a sort of neo-Amish movement. And what I mean by that, it could be sort of an extension out of the prepper movement where they literally lock out from the system, the economic system, everything else. They go back to, coins, gold coins, silver coins, do your own hunting, do your own, food, water, everything. And ultimately, we should all be living like that to a certain degree, right? I think God designed us in a way to be with nature, not to worship nature, but to work with it in ways that God intended us to work with nature, with plants, animals, everything else. I'm not going to get into all the theology there, but the basic point is I think there's going to be a movement in that direction because there is an appealing element to it. There's also going to be this extreme neo-Luddite movement where everything technology is evil, right? And they just want to break and destroy technology. So there's going to be two camps there. There could be a violent camp, and this is part of something that's theorized by Dr. Hugo de Garis as well, and many others who have looked at sort of how this can project into the future. But then there's this other part of it where we have to not be led astray. We can't go away from Scripture. So on the one hand, the Bible is very clear about what the mark is, where it goes, and why you need it. And in terms of the why you need it, that's where we're starting to see some of this with the Aadhaar system. You need it to participate in this system. But the specifics in terms of where the mark is and all of the things leading up to it, we have not exactly seen. So for this guy to believe that this Aadhaar system is the mark of the beast, well, not 100% accurate. However, he is not wrong that this is a major, major stepping stone in that direction. Because again, this is the test net, so to speak, the testing of the economic infrastructure of the mark of the beast. And all the technology and everything needs to be built out more. I think there needs to be a bigger system in place. And that's why I think blockchain is both going to be amazing for a while because it's going to decentralize. We are going to move away from the governments, but then somebody or something can co-opt the entire network in a certain way that I think is going to be troublesome. But anyway, those are theories that I can dig into later. But the point here is that Hegde is not wrong about his convictions in that this technology is most certainly the closest thing we have seen to the implementation of what is prophesied in the book of Revelation. So as time goes on, we'll need to be very vigilant and watchful. We'll need to keep each other informed about these changes because this is happening in India to Christians, and Christians are standing up. At least this gentleman is standing up and saying, hey, look, I don't want to be a part of this. I want to opt out. And the thing that's really troublesome, sorry about that, but the thing that's really troublesome is that there's no conclusion in the article. They don't tell us, hey, he got his way, or, they said no, or nothing. They just end the article with making fun of him. So I did want to bring this story to your attention because it is one that you're probably not going to hear in mainstream. It's not going to be shared around a lot, but this is going on, folks. This is the closest thing I think we've seen to the Mark of the Beast system in terms of its economic infrastructure and requirements. Again, they're not killing the guy because he's not taking it. That's what's coming, though, eventually. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I do want to throw this scripture at you because I think it's pertinent to what we're talking about. Now, Isaiah 55:1, it says, "Come, everyone who thirsts, come to the waters, and he who has no money, come, buy and eat. Come, buy wine and milk without money and without price." This is actually a precursor. This is an invitation to the needy, a precursor to the Beatitudes in Matthew chapter 5, right? So people have always addressed it in that way. But think about it this way, folks. If the Antichrist, and I again submit to Chris White's study, the Antichrist, will he present himself as the Jewish Messiah? And if he does, okay, think about this. If he does, then couldn't he use a verse like this to offer everyone the mark so that everyone can buy or sell and eat? And you guys get the point. I gotta go, guys. Love you guys. Have an awesome day. God bless. Say bye. Say bye.